The space that you're an expert in is ever evolving. We've got the GA4 transition. Another area that is evolving quite quickly is just the overall landscape of data collection. A lot of privacy concerns, obviously iOS 14 and everything that's going on there. How is that evolving and how is that making data collection more complex? Obviously it's become harder, but what's really complex about it?
Yeah. So, with stuff like GDPR is probably what most people think of right off the bat with privacy, and then probably iOS 14 after that. iOS 14 theoretically doesn't impact your ability to do analysis too much with GA4 data. You can still, because most Shopify stores don't have their own app, right? It was really a chokehold on like games and stuff like that. Their ability to track stuff like almost just like went to zero for a while, right? It did affect Facebook's ability to track conversions on your site. So like very specifically what happens with ATT, with app transparency tracking. Facebook is an app. When an ad is shown on the Instagram app, Facebook, it's their app. They know that I, Kevin, because they have my email address, saw your ads for your jeans, right? If I click on that, Facebook definitely knows I clicked that ad. Then what happens is what pops open for most people is going to be a Safari browser unless they change it to Chrome, right? And so now it's been transitioned over to Apple, right? We made a transition from Facebook's domain where they're allowed to do whatever they want over to Apple, where now Apple Safari is like, hey, Facebook is third-party data on your Shopify store. Doesn't matter if you want to give Facebook the data, we're telling you, you can't tell. Facebook cannot know what Kevin, they know I clicked the ad. They don't know what I did on your Shopify store. So they don't know if I converted. Now, there are exceptions to that. If I allow app tracking, Facebook does get to know. There's server-side tracking where Facebook is not allowed to know that Kevin made a purchase, but they're allowed to know that like 50 purchases were made in this window. And that seems to change based on how Tim Cook's feeling in the morning, right? And all that stuff. So Facebook, being a very sophisticated company, seems to have gotten over the hump on that issue where they are, it's not as good as it used to be, but they are able to reasonably track the conversion rate and return on ad spend to the ads that they're showing, which means they're able to provide you a better return on ad spend and target customers better because they know that kind of Kevin, bought those jeans, right? Like they don't know, but they like kind of know, right? Yeah. Glossing over lots of stuff that I'm sure Facebook is doing very complicated things to figure that out, right? So that was one thing.